At least 80% of the people in this classroom has experienced failure in assessment before, am I right? Before we get into medicine, we strive to be the best and to be the top student, but when we actually get into medic, that's when we realize that it's way harder just to pass the exam. So that's why we usually ask ourselves, what did we do wrong? What can we do to improve ourselves? So once this question has popped up in our mind, that's when we will learn from our failure. So failure can cause us to be more motivated or demotivated. So we have to look on the brighter side and make it as a motivation to work harder and to change one thing, which is our study skill. So here I'm going to introduce to you our topic, which is effective study skills. I'm Nadira and she's Anissa. For our first main point is active and passive studying. So I'm going to tell you the difference first. In short, active studying is when you use your own word when you're doing your note and you use many approaches. While passive studying is just rewriting the notes and use one approach. I'm going to touch on a skill that is widely used by students, including myself, which is highlighting. So highlighting is not wrong, but the problem is that when students highlight extensively and they reread the notes, because that's basically what passive studying is all about. You have to improve it by minimize rereading and also change it into diagrams, charts, so that it's easier to be memorized. And then for summarization, I have to stress here how important it is to use your own words and make sure that it's shorter than the original text. Next. For my second main point is memorization. Firstly, do a condensed note with only main point. I'm going to give you one fact. Did you know that our brain can memorize up to 2.5 petabytes of information, which is in total of 30 million hours of YouTube videos? Amazing, right? So how are we going to use our brains in a good use? So by doing condensed note. During exam, it's impossible to memorize everything, so you have to write it down. When you write it down, the information is easier to stick into your mind. So you have to remember some points when you're doing a condensed note. You have to always be organized, meaning that you can do mind map, any map that you're comfortable with, but make sure that it is organized because you don't want the exam coming up and then your notes are scattered everywhere. And you also have to remember to know your focus. Make sure that the topic that you're doing your notes is going to come up in the exam. Next is come up with your own questions. It will require a lot of effort to do your own question, but it's definitely going to help you during your exam. So questioning yourself during your exam is going to help you to know which place are you at, which place are you lacking, and which place are you good at. So if you incur a lot of wrong answers during answering the questions that you make on your own, then you have to restudy and re-answer the questions until you get a perfect score and until you're confident that what you answer is you'll understand it well. So that's all for me.
The next thing that you have to do is to set your environment. Finding a place which works best on you is essential for effective studying. Some people more prefer to study at home, while some people prefer to study at a coffee shop or even library. They choose to study at the library because they feel they are more easily distracted when studying at home. But some people are the other way around, where they choose to study at home because they feel that they are able to do anything freely. It is very important for you to keep your environment conducive because it helps you to focus and to make you feel less stressed. Whatever your background noise preference, you have to bear in mind that you have to have these few things, which first is flat, clear surface where you can place all your materials. The next one is outlet. If you need your laptop to study, you have to ensure that you have a close power supply to avoid you from keep standing up and break the flow of your study. Next, you have to have a good, a comfortable sitting for you to enhance your posture for prolonged and sustainable study. Next is study group versus studying alone. Most people and researchers researchers agreed that studying in group is better than studying alone because two heads are better than one. We tend to learn faster and absorb more information when we study in group rather than being alone. Can you imagine if you're studying alone? Then there will be a lot of time wasted when you're puzzling in one difficult question where you can actually solve it way faster when you're studying in group. This way, your fellow friends can help you to break these difficulties, which when they already master the topics. Then study in group, not only you can exchange ideas and notes, but you can also motivate each other to keep moving forward towards the goal. It is undeniably true that medical school is very stressful and very tiring. So it is very important for us to seek help and support from someone who is in the similar situation as us because they are more understanding. It can be very monotonous for you to spend long hours in the library alone. So you can break this monotony with studying group because studying group can make the environment less stressful and more enjoyable. In conclusion, it is very important for you to find your own ways of learning because failure is just a chance for you to refine yourself and refine your strategy to study. As Muhammad Ali said, don't quit. Don't quit because suffer now, then live the rest of your life as a champion. The difference between an average people and achieving people is their perception in accepting the failure. That's all from us. Thank you.